we are. We have made it to the last quarter of the year. It is time to finish strong. So much work has gone into this, such a dream that you have. And we're working hard, I think real hard, to try to make sure that it becomes real, that it becomes something that fuels your way to the rest of your life. And there's a price that is, there's a trait that most successful people share in common. And it's called the process. It's how you go about your business. Now, what I'm not going to do right now is play this video for you because it will take up a whole lot of videos on Moodle. I've done that already. So what you can do is I'm going to explain why I have the kids watching this video, the students watching the video. And you can watch the video too. What you do is you go to YouTube and you put in the process motivational video Eric Thomas. If you do that, the video will pop up and you can watch it and you can see. Now, when I first started teaching, you begin with a dream. I can remember as plain as day. I live up in Callicoon, New York now, and my in-laws live on the same road that I live on. My father-in-law's passed away. My mother-in-law, she still lives up the road about 1.3 miles up above. And when my wife and I were still dating and we weren't married, I was cutting the lawn for my in-laws. And I just remember thinking to myself, man, how special it would be to one day have a place up here, and how wonderful it would be, how much I would love to do that. And I don't know if I got my job on Long Island before then, after then, right around the same time. But I got a job teaching on Long Island. I had an opportunity to leave and to come upstate. I had 3 job offers in an area that I really, really, really wanted to go, and my wife didn't. So we made a deal, and the deal was that when I hit retirement age, we would leave Long Island because it's so expensive to live there, and we would come upstate. And little did we know we would end up building our own house, that we would be able to really satisfy a lot of our own needs. And I think as a couple, we're much happier up here than we ever were on Long Island. And I think back to when I was cutting my in-laws' lawn and saying to myself, man, if I could ever have a house up here, how awesome would this be? And then I went to work, and I had a man come up to me one day, and he said to one of the guys in the teachers union, he said, I need to talk to you. He said, we need to talk to you about how to save your money. And I said, I can't save any money. I said, I have 2 young kids, and I'm having a hard time affording the diapers and the food for them. I really don't think I can put money away. He said, you can't afford not to put money away. So he convinced me to put away $15 a week. And if you become a teacher, eventually every year you get a little bit more money. So I put some of that away, and whatever job you get, you should get raises in that job over time, and you put a little more away. And I learned to be smart with my money. I didn't live cheap, but I was smart with it. And we'd save a little bit here and we'd save a little bit there. And then slowly but surely, my career as a teacher began to take off, and as a coach too. And some really cool things happened. My teams, it wasn't because of me. It was because of the people that I was surrounded with. And I was surrounded by fantastic coaches, like New York State Coach of the Year coaches, who taught me the importance of preparing for everything, just how important preparation was. And then I had the goal, I had the desire, I wanted to be really good, but I didn't understand how to be good, how to get the most out of myself. And then I started learning about the process, and it was a matter of coming to work every day, doing your work when you're not in the mood to do the work, making sure that every single day you kept in mind just how important the lives of the students were and the responsibility that I had to them to make their lives everything that they wanted to get out of their lives. Now, I can't make their lives happen for them. Only they can do that. But I could never, ever, ever stand in the way. I had to help them along. So I started doing these sorts of things, and lo and behold, 30 years goes by, 33 years to be exact, And all of a sudden, my wife and I are building this house, and we live in a town called Callicoon, New York. It's a cute little hamlet. We have some movie stars that live up here. If you know Mark Ruffalo, he lives in our town. Deborah Winger, she lives here. I have a place right on the Delaware River. I love to fly fish. I love photography. I love dogs. And I love my family. And my family can come up here and hang. And we have this front porch that overlooks the river. And we get hummingbirds here and deer. Occasionally we see a bear. There's turkeys all over the place. Bald eagles everywhere. We get everything going on here. And it's just a beautiful place to live. And along the way, I did everything I could to try to make people's lives better. And if you look on Facebook, boy, oh boy, am I friends with my old students. So this process, this way of going about your business, you're at the beginning of your journey. You're at the point in your journey where I was when I was cutting my in-laws' lawn. I went to Albany State and I studied and I worked, and it wasn't easy for me because I paid my own way through college and I worked to make that tuition bill. But eventually we were able to put the whole thing together, and you build a life. So here you are, you're in your classes, and I get and I understand that there are certain days where you just do not feel like doing your work, and that everything else in the world seems more important to you than your schoolwork and what you got going on here at CU and different things going on. And I'm not saying those things aren't important, but I am saying you cannot lose track of the process. There is a way to go about your business. I used to think as a coach and as a teacher that the smartest kids in my classes, the best wrestlers, the best baseball and softball players, and I even coached some soccer. I don't even know how to play the sport, but I knew talent when I saw it, and I know a work ethic, and I could get the teams to work, to play as one. And we were really successful. I think, I'm not sure about this because it's been a while, but I think I had somewhere between 3 and 5 losing seasons in my career. And I had at least 14 undefeated seasons and three county championships. So this is the way that it is. And it's all about the process. It's not about me. It's not about the kids on the team. It's about the process. And if you learn to respect the process and believe in the process and do the process, what's the process in your case? The process is really simple. That you have work to do every day. That you do that work. That you discipline yourself to go about your business in the right way, that you develop the kind of work ethic that a future employer would say, hey, I need this person at my company. I can't let them go. They need a raise. You develop the kind of responsibility level where other people in your life, when you look to form a long-lasting relationship and marriage and all that stuff and be a parent, that you are so committed to the outcome, to achieving your goal, that it happens because of the way you go about your business. You don't blame other people. You don't look for other people to do things for you. You take care of your own future and your own business. When you do that, you will be super, super, super successful. Now, along the way, there are certain things that you learn how to do. Like in my case, when it came to lessons, okay, I learned how to structure a lesson. And you structure a lesson in such a way that you never, ever, ever show a student something once and walk away. How do I know that? Because I stink at mechanics. I'm horrible. I'm not very good with building houses. But you know what? I built a kitchen. I rebuilt a house. I put vinyl siding on a house alone, if you know how hard that is. I put windows in, I take windows out, I do all of that, and I stink at it. But you know what? I did it enough. I made enough mistakes that I learned how to get it done right. And I might not be the best carpentry guy in the world. In fact, I'm far from it. But I'm not terrible. And I can do what needs to be done to get the job done. So how you go about your business, you never, as a teacher, you never teach somebody something once and then don't teach it anymore. You always come back to it, spiral it several times over. That's why today, even though we're going to talk about simultaneous equations, solving them graphically, well, this is what's left to do this semester, solving them graphically. We're going to do this on 3 different lessons in a row. Algebraically, we can only do it 2 different lessons in a row because there's only 2 left. Absolute value and equations, same thing. Pre-test, tests, final exams. We're going to go back and over and through this so many times that you're going to understand exactly how to do this and how to get it done. Spiral it through. That's one of the things I learned is so important. For our agenda for today, we're reflecting back. I'm constantly reflecting on what is happening well in the classroom, what's not doing so well. So I like to look at the quiz. Let the quiz reveal to me where we need to get better. Now, I'm going to make a separate video on any quiz questions that gave us difficulty. If none gave us difficulty, I won't have to make the video, but I want to make the video because I need that reflection to tell us where we're at, okay? I have to compare where we're at with where we need to be. The only way you're not getting a video about what you did wrong on the quizzes is if we are where we need to be. We're going to do some brief algebra skills review because we always want to go back to that, spiral it in again and again and again. And then we're going to solve systems of equations graphically. So that is what we have in store for today. All right, so in the first video, you didn't even do any math. We just talked a little bit about how to be successful in this world. I know you can do it. I know you can build the life for yourself that you want to build for yourself. You're going to have the guts to go for it, and you're going to have the discipline to get your work done, to make sure that it gets done. So if you've had times during this marking period, this semester, where you haven't been at your best, it is what it is. Turn the page. Realize what you did wrong and start doing it right from here on into the end of the semester. Finish strong. Finish real strong. And take a big step toward making your dreams come true.